let's do that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and formally introduce ourselves. My name is Teresa, also known as my main Essie Yenaba. I am the Plotholders Association treasurer. So that's my role in the PHA. And then I'll let my sister introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Tasha. You've been talking to me, Hector.
Yes, I have.
I am the communications coordinator in the PHA.
Okay, and
So nice to see you.
nice to finally see you. Yes, yes. I'm Hector Nankam Bruce. I always include my middle name because my first name and my last name are two first names. So I got to include my
Exactly.
middle name.
Exactly.
Yes, and I know quite a number of people who own land in Asebu.
Sable.
Yeah, so I was dragged in to help build the infrastructure. So
Mhm.
that's part of this group. Yeah, yeah, and I've been there a couple of times actually, so I know the site pretty well.
Yeah, thank you. And I remember you, Hector, because you were on a Zoom call with us like almost like over a year ago, probably when
Yes,
I think it was at when we did the Zoom amongst with the community, and you had
with
presented
Kyle.
some things to us.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah,
Okay, perfect. So we're just basically, getting back on board, piggybacking off of what was already started, and keep the ball rolling so that way we can move forward with our infrastructure now that we got a new team put in place to help bring the community together to participate in our infrastructure process.
Mhm.
okay.
Um, so that's where we are. So I know that Sister Tasha was, informing me that we originally started. I'm just looking for it. We had originally started with the old proposal, and that at some point it was going to be updated by you because some of the figures may be changing. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something I sent to Byron about 6 months ago, and
Okay.
yeah, and I don't think it was discussed among the group because he never really got back to me to tell me exactly whether it's a go or not. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah,
So I
so I don't.
noticed there was only one stage on there. Did we get an itemized copy for all the stages, or was it just for that one stage?
It was just for that one stage because we
Okay.
start with that one stage, and then through that we can build up on the other stages. So we have to go through the first stage first, and then once
Got
we
it.
get that set up, we can follow through to the other stages. Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah,
Okay, right. So that first stage, there was a figure to do that whole first stage was the 97,741 Ghana CDs, right?
yeah.
Um, okay, so did you ever go over the new numbers and how that would be reflected on a new proposal when it will be issued?
Well, I was waiting for this meeting to find exactly which way we're going. I've
Okay.
talked to the team, so they are waiting for me to get back to them after this meeting.
Okay.
After after this meeting, we will update the cost estimates and then also refine the proposal and resubmit it to this group.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. And if you're taking notes, one of the requests we would like to add is the our new name is Asebu PHA. So it's Asebu Plot Holders Association. So we're not considered ourselves a homeowner. We're a plot holder since we're lease holding the land. So our official name is Asebu PHA, Plot Holders Association.
I'm
Okay, I
sending
see.
that to you now.
Yeah, okay, yes. There was actually a logo attached to the
Exactly.
WhatsApp he sent to me. So I
Okay.
did, yes. And I think you guys also have a website. I just glanced through it briefly to find out exactly who is the web.
Okay.
Okay, okay, good. So you familiarize yourself with the website. Good job. Thank you for that.
Yes, I've got a brief idea of, yes,
Yes,
of
okay.
but yeah. Mm.
Perfect. So a lot of what we're doing is we're trying to make sure we understand exactly what the proposal consists of. So that way when we
Okay,
have our community meeting, I think on the 21st of August, we can be prepared to present this proposal to the community and be able to accurately answer any questions that may come up, so that way they understand when we start asking for donations or we start our fundraising process to come up with the funds to help our infrastructure, they will know where their money is going. Because a lot of the hesitancy is the reason why I wasn't moved forward from before, when you first were working with Byron, to now, is because they wasn't able to generate money, because a lot of people was asking, okay, you want money, what is it for? What is it going to cover? What are we getting out of it? Can you provide us with documentation? We want to see an invoice. We want to see, supporting documentation to basically show what the money is being used for. And I don't think that was actually like presented to us, because I've never seen this proposal being presented to us as a community. So maybe it was maybe with locals or the community on the ground. Maybe I can't really speak on that, but just me personally, I never knew that this proposal existed, because had I did, I would have been kind of like pushing for it, like, hey, we got the numbers on, let's move forward on it. So yeah, we ready to just pick the ball back up and start running with it. All right, so I actually prepared a few questions just to make sure I understand. Did you want to say anything before we begin to ask a few questions regarding some of the things in the proposal we just need clarification on, to make sure we get a good grasp of what is explaining the first stage will consist of?
Okay. The first stage is just we doing a survey of the land, and then trying to decide how high the road is going to be. That's pretty important, very, very critical. And I know some people are building now. That building might be too low or too high.
Okay, so when you say how high the road will be, which means you can when we start developing it, you can actually elevate the road.
Absolutely.
And the street pavements, like at a certain level, so that way it won't be waterlogged and things like that. So you'll lay like a foundation, not a foundation, but whatever it may be, to elevate the road.
Well, the main thing is to design the drainage.
Okay.
Yes,
design the drainage.
The drainage. So when it rains, we know where it's going. It doesn't go into someone's property.
Okay.
And that's design in conjunction with the roads.
Okay.
And the road, we will come on site and do a survey the whole land, and then and survey how the drainage is going to be designed. And that would determine the level of the road.
Okay.
Okay. So you may have to elevate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
And you may have to take some away too. So to keep from flooding, right? Okay.
From flooding. Yes. So in some areas, we will have to import laterite to infill the road and bring it up to the level it should be. So that's the most critical part of everything we're doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the second part of the testing is the geotechnical investigations. With that, some of the items on that line, some of the line items might not be done. It all depends on what we find on the ground. Very likely the soil of the ground is soil that we are used to, so they wouldn't have to do any additional tests to decide exactly how to compact it, how to level it, and how to play with it. Yeah, so all those items might not all be done, but we just put it there because those are the requirements to get everything done, to get the road done properly.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's the stage we do it. So after this stage, and then the next, the next stage will be to actually design the road, because now we know what the elevation and drainage is going to look like. Yes. So after we design the road, that's when we're going to be able to get a cost for the entire project.
Okay. So
yeah.
After.
Yes. After stage 2.
Oh, so that would be stage 3, where you actually can start working on everything and getting everything built up.
Exactly.
Okay.
After stage 2, after the design and the pre-construction, we'll know the actual cost of the job.
That makes sense.
Of the
Okay.
And then obviously we'll go through it with you guys and to say, okay, now we can do this now and do this later. Do this later. And then once we get all that established, that's when we go to the next stage to actually build the road.
Okay, so since they already have stage 1, you gave us a price for that, for the surveying and the geotechnical phase. So for stage 2, can you give us an estimate for that, or you have to wait on that? for stage one?
We've got to wait. We've got to do stage one first.
Okay.
And from the results of stage one, we can go ahead and do stage two.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Go ahead. I actually design the road.
Okay.
Yes. Knowing how much laterite we have to import, how high the road is going to be, how deep the drainage is going to be, and then we'll know all that. And once we know all that, we can know how much soil to import or how much soil to take off the land. And
Okay.
Those are the kind of items we will just use to get the price to do the road.
Okay.
Okay, did you just use the word soil? You said how much soil to take off the land and how much soil to add to the land. You said, did you just use the word soil?
Yeah, soil. Well, it's what do you call it? It's actually laterite. Is a red soil. I think if you've been to Asebu, I think that's what they use to level the road as you enter Asebu from the main road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's a red soil. That's laterite.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
to infill the road before we add gravel and then actually build the road. So
Okay.
that's imported.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, besides the funds, I first want to ask you, besides the funds, because I know you had already kind of worked with Byron and was already started this and we were ahead of the game. Did you need any particular documents or anything from us besides the money to complete the first phase? Like, did you need a copy of the site plan or
Yes, for the first phase, we did ask Byron and the chief. In fact, I met with the chief once and we asked them to give us a survey. They must have done a survey of the property. We asked for a copy of the survey. If we get that survey, that means we don't have to redo it again.
Oh.
And then it actually cut the cost down.
Okay.
So
That will cut the cost down.
yes,
Okay.
get a survey
So,
because we are actually going to survey the whole place. Survey meaning we're going to get the precise locations of the road, because right now you guys already have what I call is a sketch of the design of the roads, where the road is supposed to be.
Right.
You tell us precisely where the road is supposed to be in terms of measurements, dimensions, and everything.
Okay.
So someone must have that information to do the sketch we have right now.
Okay. So that would be that physical survey.
Absolutely.
Right, in stage one. So somebody should have that already.
A copy already.
Which would take the cost down off of stage one.
We will take the cost down a little bit, yes, because we don't have to do it again.
Exactly.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we can. So someone must have it because that's what they use to divide the property.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we'll have to ask about that. So we need to find out if they have a physical survey already completed.
Yeah.
Right. And when you say survey, are you talking about the cadastral site plan? Or is it just like a survey? Because I know the cadastral site plan actually has the coordinates of a particular location or plot.
Site plan, yes. People have different names of calling.
Okay.
I don't want to call it a site plan. Yeah, a site plan, yes, of the entire place.
Okay.
That was what was used to divide the plots.
The plots.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes. And also, you guys have a proposed road layout.
Proposed road layout. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's something that we need.
We do. In fact, I do have a copy of that. That's what we used to
do the initial proposal.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that tells us what's the main road, what's the minor road, and then what's the, what do you call it, the smaller roads. So and it even shows all the plots and the names of the roads.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You said you already have a copy of that one, the proposed road layout. You have a copy of that, right?
Would you want a new copy? Would you need a new copy, or you just want you're okay with your copy?
If the copy we have hasn't changed, and then we're good.
Okay, then we gotta double check to make sure that hasn't changed. Okay.
Unless it's changed, but if it's changed, I doubt it's changed because all the plots have been sold already. So I guess
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to check up on that.
Okay.
But we do have a copy of that. So that's what we use to yeah.
To do
Okay.
the proposal. Okay. When you come out to do stage one, I know you're not actually doing any clearing. It's literally just a survey of the land. Do you think that you're going to be able to do what you need to do because all the roads hasn't literally been like cleared and stuff like that? Are you still able to do what you need to do with it still
Yeah,
being in a virgin state?
yeah, yeah. We can.
Okay.
I think I was last there. I think sometime in February.
Hmm.
Okay.
Last day, and I think
Okay.
and some of the roads have been cleared.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yep, it's one of the
Hmm.
main roads going up through the path. Exactly.
Okay,
And
good.
when we start actually carving out the roads and making the roads, that's going to be like in stage two, right? When we actually start clearing the vegetation to make the roads, that's in phase two.
That's in phase three.
Oh, phase three.
That's phase three.
Okay.
Phase three is the actual construction of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because stage two is only the designing and all
The
of that
design,
of the
yes.
roads. Exactly. Okay.
And the design involves a lot. In fact, I know some light posts have been installed.
Exactly. I was going to ask about that. Yes. Yes.
It depends on what we design. Those light poles might have to be moved. Might. I'm not saying yes, they will, because it all depends on where the road. I don't know whether they were installed knowing exactly where the road is going to be.
That makes sense.
Because they don't know if
Exactly.
right, because the light poles might be where the road is, and we need to push them over to where the side the pavement will be.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
I'm guessing it's temporary. I'm just guessing that it's temporary to at least provide lights for people who are currently living over there or people who are currently building over there.
Right, because
Okay.
from my understanding, no electricity is going through it right now. As of right now, it's put up. I don't think any electricity is actually running through the wires yet. So
Hmm.
hopefully, it won't get be. But everybody pretty much that's on the land right now living is using solar. So hopefully that won't impact them if we do have to move those wires and those poles around when we get to
Okay.
that stage.
Yeah. Because the design we are putting all the wires below ground.
Oh,
Oh,
That's the design
okay.
we have.
So
okay.
all of
So
the electrical will be underground. That's what the
Underground.
picture is we saw. That's what we
Yes,
wanted
that's
to
correct.
see.
Yes, yeah, because Byron asked me to give you guys an idea on what we are
Right.
designing. And I said, that's the concept.
Okay.
Everything is going to be below
Underground. Okay.
underground. Yes,
Okay.
electrical, telecommunications, security, plumbing, everything is going to be below ground.
Okay.
okay, wires and okay. So when we see the poles with the four wires going through them, that wouldn't be up on top of ground anymore. You're saying that's going to be underground.
The wires are going to be underground. The poles, obviously, the poles are going to be up. The wires will go from below and go into the pole and light them.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yes, yes. And we will propose solar lights as much as we can.
I
Yes,
was
Okay.
thinking
Okay.
that. Yes.
yes, because
Hmm.
my idea, me coming in fact, that was something I told the chief that we'll try to make the place as eco-friendly as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
we'll try to introduce solar as much as we can.
So maybe you'll have some spots with solar and some with the poles.
Yes, even with solar, we still need the poles. The poles will just hold the lights. And the
Okay.
lights,
Okay. The pole is actually just to hold the light to shine, whereas though we don't see no wires, but the wires underneath the poles, but the
yes,
poles just have the actual physical light beaming.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So even the lights that have electrical power from the grid will
Hmm.
have the wires coming from below.
Okay.
The
Okay. I
light
get it.
we didn't have yet. We'll try to push that as much as we can.
That may
It's
okay. That will be great. Yes.
it's a
Okay.
it's where we're all trying to
And that will
progress.
be the same as far as the water utilities as well, right? You do that as far as water from the water utilities place. That's
Yes,
underground.
and yes, water. It seems a lot of people are doing boreholes over there.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
wanted to know if you implemented something for the water, would that affect everybody's boreholes now, or it should have no impact?
it shouldn't have an impact with them at all because the water is coming from outside. The water is coming from Ghana water. It
Okay.
will come there in pipes and will come there with pipes. So it
Okay.
wouldn't affect anybody at all. Yes,
Okay.
those who have boreholes will just continue to have boreholes. But
Okay.
I think it's good to give people the option.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
of people who want to have water from the system.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think right now almost everybody there has a borehole. I think.
Right. Yes. Everybody that's pretty much building has a borehole.
There right now. Okay. And also it will be good for this is something I was having this discussion with a couple of friends a couple of months ago that if everybody decides to drill a borehole, some will end up having dry wells after a while. Some boreholes might be too close to each other and they'll tap from each other. It might help if maybe 4 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 properties come together and drill one and share.
To use and share. Okay.
And share it. Okay.
It might be efficient to do it that way, but then everybody drilling a borehole. There are about 100 properties in there or more, I think. Yes, and if everybody, there's something I'll have to have in-depth the discussions with my team about that. But they think if everybody drills a borehole very soon, some will have problems with dry wells.
Okay. Yeah. But your plan is to make sure water is going into every plot with using the Ghana utilities.
Our plan is to have the water from the Ghana water going along the main street. And then anybody who wants water can tap from that.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
You wouldn't go to each plot.
Okay.
Yes, you go along the main streets, and then anybody who wants water, it will be an easier way to tap it than to get it from the source.
Got it. Okay.
So we'll have a line running through the main street to give people the option.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, to tap from.
Okay, good. So that means we don't even got to go through every block, every road to install it. It's just through the main roads, and they can tap into it from there.
From there, yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. When it comes to like the contractor, because I see that you have different contractors on the proposal. Like for instance, a septic. What do we have our own contractor for biogas, or is that interchangeable, or is it pretty much your proposal has to include your particular contractors because that's who your company works with directly, or because if we get a better estimate for the septic system, are we able to bring them on to the team to work with you to do it, or how does that work?
Yeah. I'm the guy I have on the Kwame. He's been to the site a couple of times, and I thought by now he'll be doing the biodigester for people, but he says so far he hasn't done any yet.
We said Kwame?
Kwame?
Yes, he's called Kwame.
Okay, Kwame. So is that the same Kwame you working with before?
Kwame is a very common name.
Exactly.
So you might know a couple of Kwames. Kwame is a day name and it's a common name.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's been to the site a couple of times.
Yes.
He's met with a couple of owners.
Okay.
So he can go ahead and do a biodigester for a property. That's not part of our project. Do it on a one-on-one basis. Give you a biodigester. But what we are bringing him on is that he's going to have a system that will work for a group of people, not for a single property owner.
Okay.
You come in, yes, and install a system that will work for a group of people. So that's why we have him on board. And he also does solar. So we propose to have a solar farm. Solar farm is maybe we'll get about 3 or 4 acres. Have a couple of panels. And then those who don't want the solar panels on their roof can tap from that source.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, it works. I mean, and it will also work to run other public utilities.
Okay.
Yeah. And some wouldn't have the solar panel on the roof, and then it will have a source to tap the water. I mean, the power from. So that's why we have him on board.
Okay. So there is no option, Hector, to bring the water individually to everybody's plot. I thought I heard no option. Okay.
No, we don't. Well, no. But we can do that if there's a request for it. But that would be on an individual basis.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, I don't know whether the association can. Well, we can do that on an individual basis.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. But the option we are bringing is to just bring water to the property, to the site.
Okay.
And then have everybody tap
from there. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'm trying to see the list of other songs.
Okay, so the Kwame that you're talking about for the biogas, that's not the company that's in the proposal, is it?
Yeah, he
Let me
is.
see.
Yeah. He's called let me see, Timeless Bioengineering Limited.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Timeless,
Okay.
And then he can also build a biogas, which yes, he can, and then he can also give you. He can also include a sewage treatment facility.
Okay.
And that's what he's going to be doing.
Okay.
Okay.
But he's on site working with individual owners, I think.
Okay. Exactly. Okay, so I think that's the same guy that they were talking about before that was on a Zoom meeting with us. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe he even came on board before I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was
I
there.
remember that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Before.
Okay, good. So we can piggyback off of what he's already. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that's making us stay, 2 steps ahead of everything.
Right.
Okay.
And then I was told the chief has already been in contact with the Electricity Corporation of Ghana. That's why you have power on site.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I mean, we don't have to start that process again because I made initial contact with them to start the process. It takes a while to get power onto the site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think the chief has done that already. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's power on site because I think the lights on site are not solar.
Okay.
No, I don't think they are. Yeah, I don't think they're solar.
Yeah. So that means yes, but yeah. So we will contact them to just have them expand what they've done already, and then
Okay.
if the need be, they will have to add a transformer. Meaning, yes, I mean for phase 1 and phase 2 of Asebu.
Mm-hmm.
I think phase 2. I think they've started selling plots for phase 2.
Right? They has. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will have to add a transformer to serve everybody if most people require, electricity from the company.
Okay.
Okay. A quick question about because I'm the proposal went. Okay, so the picture and the proposal, right? It looked like a hand, like not a hand drawn, but like a little picture. Could you break that down for us and tell us exactly what that's showing? And if is there a way to get like a 3D version so we can better illustrate it to the community and know what we're talking about?
In fact, it's something I did quickly within a couple of hours. I mean, I can do a better sketch actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, but Byron kept telling me he wanted to show something. I mean, yes, and I didn't understand what he was saying, so I did something. This is a section through the road to show how we're going to have landscaping along the road. This is only for the main road. I think there are 2 main roads, if I remember right.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, so we're going to have landscaping along the road. And then and then also a sidewalk, which will include jogging track, biking, and then walking.
Okay.
That's true. And then underneath the sidewalk, that's where we're going to have the trench for all the cables going through. Yeah. Yeah. So we just gave you guys a section through the road to just show you the layout and then showing you the size of the sidewalk, the size of the landscaping.
Okay.
Yes. So I can go ahead and do something a lot better than this. So at least.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Wait, was the red area anything in particular?
Pardon?
She's asking about the red level above where the trees is and that red part over there.
Yeah, on like each side.
The sketch up is the plan, and then the skirt below is the section.
Oh.
Hold on, one more time. I missed that. You said the one up is...
The one up is the plan, the floor plan, just looking at it from the top.
Oh,
when you're looking down, when you're looking down on it.
Underneath it with the bottom one. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's an aerial view versus
exactly.
On the ground level view. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. We get it. Okay.
Better sketches than this.
Okay. Yeah. That was good though, Hector. We like it.
I tried. Yes.
Yes.
To also show the size, the width of the road. Yeah, this is obviously for the main road.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's gonna basically be the electrical under there, the all the water lines and everything.
Water lines, CCTV lines, cable lines, phone lines, all those things are going to go below.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
We're going to go below. Yeah. It's becoming a lot more popular now. I mean, for gated communities to have that. Yeah.
Okay.
Running up and down the place.
Yeah, instead of having wires and everything all
hanging around. Yeah.
Where you can see them. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So below here.
Okay, so how long, Hector, does each stage take? Like the first stage, how long would that take?
The first stage, we can come on site and maybe within a week, we can do all the surveying. And then we go back to the office and get all the reports. I can safely say the first stage can take about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks, okay.
About 3 weeks. Yeah. I got to go back to the guys again and confirm this. But yeah, the first stage.
About 3 weeks, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, we might be on site for a week to just do all the surveying.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any estimate of how long stage 2 will take?
Stage 2, I can safely say maybe a month or a month and a half.
Oh, that's pretty fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it makes it easy because I mean, you already have the layout.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we don't have to redesign anything. We just use the layout you have and just design the road, the level, and then the location of the pipes, the location of the light poles.
Okay.
Decide what landscaping we're going to have. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to the team again tomorrow, and then we'll confirm these dates. I mean, these durations.
Okay.
Okay. No problem. And then what about stage 3, like the construction?
That's completely up to you guys.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. You can. I mean, and road construction takes time, months.
I can imagine. Yes.
Yes, it takes time. 9 months. Yes, it takes time. But that's completely up to you guys to say whether you want everything done or just the main roads done, and then the other roads just cleared and leveled, and not. I mean, yes, that's completely up to you guys. Once we get stage 2 done, and you give us a go ahead, we will sit with the team like you and say, okay, now what do you want us to do first?
Okay.
What do you want us to do, or I mean, we'll go back and forth and just decide.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's completely up to you guys in terms of when we start.
Okay, that makes sense. It just depends on what we do, what we go with, and what we start with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, now that you've asked these questions, which we did discuss, but we didn't put them down on paper. I will go back to the team, and on the actual proposal we sent to you again, we'll have all these dates in there.
Oh, great. Awesome. Okay.
Perfect. And I know, like, I heard you got some big major projects going on. You're a very busy man. How soon?
Yes, well, I'm at first, because we knew there wasn't any funding. And we knew you guys were going to see. Nobody wanted to put in too much time.
That makes sense.
So, so I mean, we all thought, okay, Byron needs something to start asking for money. Yeah. So we did something really quick. Yeah. But the next proposal we're going to send, I mean, going through this with you two, I'm going to add a few more details to it, and people can know exactly what we intend to do, how long it's going to take, and how.
Exactly.
So you basically, as soon as we get the funding, you'll pretty much be ready to go at that point, right?
Pardon?
So as soon as we get the funding for stage 1, you're pretty much ready to go, or do you feel like at this point, based on your other projects you got going on, you won't be able to start
with stage 1? I think we can get on site with a week's notice.
Oh, really? Okay.
1 week notice.
Yeah. That's pretty. I mean, yes.
Okay.
And also this job being a huge project, obviously we'll focus on, we'll pay more attention to this. It will be higher priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Hector. So say if we do fundraising, right, and we only be able to come up with a portion of that first, because I know you want to give us the updated numbers for stage 1. Is there any way we can do it in stages? Like, hey, this is the first stage for stage, like a stage 1.1. You know what I mean? This is how much it's going to cost for this. Like, can we itemize it a little bit more so we can say this is how much we totally need, but if we are only able to come up with this amount, this is only what it's going to cover. You know what I mean? So that way we can kind of like, try to do funding for the first stage, but ultimately if we can and we can work with whatever funding we got, we can still do it in like stages within that first stage.
Yes, we can. I mean, if you go down to the cost estimate.
I see that.
We can do the survey first.
Yes.
And then once the survey is done, and then we can say, okay, now you can go back and pull
and do the geotechnical. Okay. And we may eliminate the survey portion, right? If we have a survey.
If we have the survey, yes.
Correct.
Well, it wouldn't be all. It will be some of them. Yes.
Some of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll check on that and we'll get back with you on that.
Yeah, because that's what one of the first jump on.
Can break it down into 2 parts. We'll go on site and do the actual work on site.
Okay.
And then go back to the office. That's where we pull the information together and then produce the results or the reports.
Oh yes, that's the geotechnical investigations. Okay, yeah, it is itemized here. So you'll be able to do this itemization for all of the stages, like just like this. You'll be able to do that eventually, just like this.
Yeah, we can. Yes, for example, for the design side, we can divide it into maybe 3 different stages.
Okay.
First, we define the concept, telling you which tree you're going to do, and then the second stage will be to actually do the drawings, and then the third stage is to do the drawings in the way that we can present it to you guys to see exactly what we intend to do. But we can break them down into
stage. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that that's really helpful information. I just want to make sure we got everything addressed. We got the start time. We have the you're going to get us an updated proposal. We're going to get an updated image. We know how long it's going to take. Okay. We already discussed the poles that's already out there with those electrical lines.
We discussed his availability, so that's good.
Okay. Yep.
I
think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it too. Okay.
So meaning, you guys haven't started raising funds yet.
Right, because we have a general community meeting on. We may actually have at least one more Zoom meeting with the community if it's being requested. Hopefully we don't, and they'll take our documentation serious and see that we're already vetting, we're being transparent, and that way we can raise funds. But before we start asking for money, the first thing we're trying to do is get access to all the plot holders to be able to send out the information to request the fundraising for it, and then we're going to move forward with figuring out how we're going to do the fundraising. So we're going to be working on that this week and next week. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we will have a start date of how we're going to start fundraising and exactly when. So I'm looking to hopefully get this done. Which is August, September. Hopefully by October we can start this work. At least by the end of October, maybe at the very latest November. Just to give us a month worth of fundraising time. So at the very latest November, because I want to try to at least get this first stage completed before the raining season come. And I know with the raining season, it may be good to kind of like see what's going on the land, so you can see how the water flowing and do the elevation and all that type of stuff. So by the time we start our technical stuff. It probably will be during the rainy season. We can get a better idea of how we need to elevate things and stuff like that. So we're looking to move forward within the next couple of months, and we'll definitely keep you abreast as to our endeavors and how we're working out on this along the way.
Okay. How much are you getting the chief involved in this process?
Okay, so the chief, from my understanding, we're the treasurer and our communication coordinator. Now we have a president, a vice president, and a liaison. They are to be working with the chief and on what we're trying to do. So, and also with Byron too. But we're going to definitely loop Byron and bring him up to speed on what we're doing, so that way he can be communicating to the king about what we're trying to do with the infrastructure to make sure the king's on board and stuff. So we're definitely keeping them abreast as to what's going on. We just had a meeting with the king, so he knows about the association. He's supporting it and things like that. So it's not like we're just doing the things on our own. We definitely made sure we had the king's support before moving forward with these things. So that he's definitely on board. It's just a matter of, at this point, letting them know that we're actually doing the consultations, we're actually getting the numbers together, we're planning a fundraising, we're trying to come up with the funds to implement it now. So now that we got something to really work on, we can go back to Byron and start getting you the document you need, so that way you can know what you got to do, and be able to give us an accurate proposal based off the supporting documentation that you needed to minimize the cost. And that's one of the things, that's one of the reasons why I'm participating in this committee, is because as a treasurer, I just want to make sure that I am being cost effective and I'm making the best decisions and going with the people that's going to save the community the most money. Because I know they feel like us in the diaspora, we got money, we're rich and like stuff like that. But for the most part, I know y'all over here like, we're not rich, we're just like you. We're trying to make it. But ultimately, it's people that's really struggling. And so any way that I can help them do it on a cost-effective approach, I'm willing to do that, and I want to make sure that all the options is put on the table so that they clearly understand, hey, we exhaust our resources, this is the best case scenario, this is the best path forward that's going to be able to save us the most money, and we took the necessary steps to minimize the cost, so that way it won't be as expensive as it could be had we not got this document from the king or did this, that, and the third. So that's my role as a treasurer, to make sure that we are trying to save on costs where we can.
Okay, because I was told that the chief is pulling a team together to do this. That's why I'm asking whether he's involved. Yeah.
Okay, you said the king is putting a team together to handle this?
Yeah. I've been hearing that for the past few months, so I don't know whether, a while ago. And I know there are some people on the chief staff who will prefer them to find someone to do it. But I don't think they are equipped to do it. Personally, I'm not the guy. Yes, they just don't want anybody coming from outside to do it. I mean, they've figured, So that's what I'm asking whether.
So when you say somebody outside meaning like you or somebody outside of Ghana?
No. So somebody outside, like me, somebody coming. They'll say somebody coming from Accra.
Oh.
They rather have their own people there, but I don't think their own people in Asebu and around are equipped to do what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
They might do something. They might give you a road, but it depends on what type, what quality of road they're going to give you. What I told Byron is that I lived in the States for a long time. I just came back about 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, and this is what I did in the US. I was construction management. I designed projects and everything. I'm trying to do this with the same standards I used when I was in the US.
Okay.
Even though the team here is Ghanaian, we will try to raise the standards and give you guys the same standards you have in the US. So you can go to a few of the gated communities. That's the kind of standard we're going to give you, not just the road. And also we had a couple of requirements. Right now, almost everything built internationally, you have got to address sustainability, eco-friendly, all those items. So pay attention to all those items and make sure you get something that you can be proud of.
Right, and something that will last too. You want it to last. Exactly.
I will include all those items in my presentation to give you an idea of how we plan to design this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will pay attention to every little detail. And then after a while, we will ask for comments from the people, from you guys. Say, okay, now this is what you have. What do you think?
Exactly.
Like reviews and stuff. Exactly. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Is there anything that you think that we should know going forward, or you think any advice you think that we should do from being, because you work with both teams, the previous team and now you're working with us? Did you see any room for opportunity, any room for improvement on our end that you want to just give us advice, or just so that way we can stay on course? Because I'm not sure exactly why we didn't move forward. Obviously, we didn't move forward because of the funding wasn't there. But you was already working with Byron and the Chiefs and stuff like that going forward. Do you have anything you want to just let us know or tell us, so that way we can make sure we don't fall short this time around?
I think so far as the team, the leadership team is together and well organized, you're going to be fine.
That's a good one.
I mean, if you are together, if you are working together, well,
that's a good one. Yeah.
That's all it takes. And also, I tell you for now that it's going to be expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive. It's going to be expensive. So I mean, prepare for a long run. And also, no matter how expensive it is, you wouldn't do all at the same time.
Exactly.
Do it in bits and pieces to see. Yeah, but it is going to be expensive. That's something I'm going to tell you now.
Okay.
It's expensive.
Exactly. Something I think it's called a clam, small.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Small. Yes. And then I think my first presentation, I caution people who are building now that they might be too low or too high. Last time I was there, I went through, there are some properties in a low-lying area. I don't know how things happen to them during the rainy season. I mean, maybe they're all fine, they're all okay. But some areas, it looks as if it's a swamp area. So these are the comments I gave, my first presentation, that if you are building, be a little bit cautious that, hey, I got to have an idea whether this road is going to be this level or not. So that was the only comment.
That's important to know and to let our members know, because this can really impact, the leveling of their structure and where the water will flow. Like, we'll do our best to deviate.
Yeah, there are some built already that looks fine. I mean, yeah, looks fine. Like you drive in on your left to where Byron had this brick factory. To your left. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you were on mute. I don't know if you were off for a while.
Oh,
we didn't hear you, Teresa. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I see what you're saying, that if it's important that people are paying attention to the leveling of their land, because once we construct the roads and if we elevate things and they're on a lower level and they're down and we're up, we'll do our best to have the water running where it needs to be. But if you're lower and your foundation is low, it could potentially, there's nothing we can do about it. It's like, that's the way it has to be designed to not affect any other parties or any other plot holders. So, and that's another selling point. I think that's good that you mentioned that, Hector. Thank you, because I think we should be able to sell that to the people. Like, you may have not started, but you want to participate in this infrastructure, because when you do start building, at least we know the roads and the water drainage will go properly away from your plot. If you start building now and we start elevating the land and things like that, we can't really help with the individual plots, because now it's pretty much out of our hands. It's up to them to bring their leveling up to the necessary level to make sure they'll stay on flat ground.
Yes.
So Hector, what is the potential dangers of that? If that happened, what is the potential dangers of that?
Meaning your land, your property could be flooded during the rainy season.
Okay.
You have water coming in there.
Oh, okay.
The low-lying area.
Okay.
That's the only danger, actually.
Okay.
If it's too high, you might have a steep driveway coming down or going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it's mostly flood.
Mostly flooding. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And then coming up. I guess you two are still in the US.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning on coming?
Yes.
Yes.
We both have plots, and we're started. Teresa has already started her building. on her plot, and I'm going to start too. So yes, we would definitely be getting there.
Just asking.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, we definitely plan on visiting and coming. Even if we won't stay long. We're going to come through and make sure we monitoring things. But we won't have people on the ground handling the monitoring and all that. But for the most part, just to see for everything ourselves, since we're actually helping facilitate it, working with you all to get it done. We'll be there handling this. PHA business, our own personal endeavors and stuff like that. So we definitely will be getting out there as soon as possible.
Yep. Okay. Yep. All right. So I think that's it, Teresa.
Yep, that's pretty much it for me too.
Okay.
All right, Hector. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This was very informative. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us.
No, I'll call the guys tomorrow, and then we'll start updating this proposal to send it to you again with dates and with the durations.
That sounds good.
That's
yes. And Hector.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was going to say, and I know that stuff like this, consultation, normally there's a charge when you're doing consultation, you're doing Zoom calls and stuff like that. So I want to personally thank you. We want to personally thank you for making time to reintroduce your proposal to us and doing the work again on the back end to update it. And that's minimizing the cost. So
lost.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Okay, we can hear you.
I can't.
Okay.
Okay, I might have freezed out. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. But yes, thank you so much, Hector, really for everything. And we'll definitely keep in touch.
Okay, then. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Hector.
Okay. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right.